Hey there, YouTube muscly folks. Today is my deadlift day. Windler 531 is my program that I'm on currently. I'm doing the less boring but big variety. And today's 5 plus is a conservative 255. I'm on a caloric deficit, and I'm weighing in today at a wet 159. So I'm not really trying to lose too much more weight. As you can see, the medium tank top I'm wearing is hanging on me like a fucking dress. So, I don't want to lose all my damn gains. But, I'm dieting at 29.50. You see how it's hard for me to figure out how to not lose weight too quickly when I consider that a diet. It feels weird dieting and eating, 10 bowls of cereal before I go to bed. I don't know, and calling that a diet. I still am hungry as hell on 29.50 calories, but this is the world I'm living in at 159 pounds at 37 years old. But so one thing I wanted to touch on today in particular for folks who are looking to obtain the old six-pack abs, which are a rarity among humans. Supposedly they say one in some odd, maybe 10,000 folks or something, has that particular feature. Now, granted, it's not necessarily the end-all be-all because it will make you suffer in your performance. You can't necessarily gain as much muscle, especially if you're natural, as you could otherwise. So there are some trade-offs. And so that said, and your strength, your strength is not going to be anywhere close to as good as it would be if you had body fat on you and that kind of stuff. I personally make the choice to do it aesthetically because of the fact that I'm a singer in a band, so you need to have a look, and that is an automatic free look. And then also I'm a personal trainer, so it helps attract clients. And people associate six-pack abs on men with being super physically fit, for better or for worse. But on a certain level, it does require a lot of muscularity and strength while also being lean, which is hard to achieve. Now, I think the easiest way to achieve this, I don't believe that doing a bunch of abs exercises has anything to do with it. I think that attitude really burns people out in their CNS and makes it hard for them to perform on better movements like squats and deadlifts and those kind of things, which use a whole lot of the abs. I personally believe that if you do compound movements like deadlift, squat, bench, OHP, honestly, myself, I look for alternatives to exercises that reduce my core activity due to the severe amount of core activity I get on those heavy compound movements. Like, I don't do barbell rows, bent over barbell rows. I do incline dumbbell rows instead, because by the time I'm done doing, all this deadlift and squat, overhead press, all these crazy things, I really just don't need to risk injuring my back bent over with a huge amount of weight like that any more than I have to. So at that point, I'll end up doing incline dumbbell rows, because honestly, if you're doing a power strength program or even a bodybuilding program focused on compound movements, you're working the abs so much. Like, if you're doing front squats, people are doing front squats and then they're thinking they got to do abs every single day with crunches. It's like, why curl your spine all up? You've worked the hell out of your abs. They're probably so worked that they're fatigued, and then you're not going to curl your spine all up and break something. It's not necessary at all. So the way you get six-pack abs is going into a caloric deficit while strength training and maintaining your muscle mass that you gained previously on a bulk. And at some point, you have to go on a bulk and you have to gain muscle, and you have to do it by doing stuff like squats and deadlifts. It takes that to produce externally visible muscular abs. You can be lean as you want with absolutely no muscular strength and development in your core, and you will not have a six-pack. You will just have like a little bit of a pudgy-looking flat stomach. That's what they call skinny fat, and the only way you can overcome that is through heavy lifting, particularly these deadlifts and squats and stuff. You're not really going to get it from doing crunches. That's not going to produce too much muscularity. You're not going to justify it with just a bunch of cardio. You can develop muscular abs. Now, I do one ab exercise per week, and this is it. This is it right here. I do 5 sets of hanging leg raises. Now, granted, this is an advanced exercise, and yes, it really taxes your abs, but I do it one time a week. And I've been doing that for a long time, and I can bust a six-pack out. That's one thing I got. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the strongest guy, but I can bust a six-pack out when my program is designed to do that. And right now I'm trying to accentuate that for the summer, as a way to attract clients, and I got shows coming up. It'll look cool. So I'm just doing that, and then during the winter time when there's less activity you can do, I kind of focus on bulking up. So to develop the muscles that you need in order to have the abs. But that said, I don't it's been a couple of years since I've done abs more than the one exercise a whole week, you know.
There you go.
And it's really not necessary, and it's a humongous waste of time to train abs every day. It's really hard on your CNS. It really makes you dread training. And for what? You know, what are you really going to gain from all that extra ab work? You're gonna gain a weakened core that's not going to be strong when you go to do your squat and deadlift. And what if that means your squat and deadlift is, you know, over the course of 2 years, 100 or 115 pounds lighter because you couldn't lift heavy because of it? You know, it's just, in my opinion, totally not worth it to sit there and work your abs to the bone. You know, unless you love it, get good, really good at one exercise that doesn't require too much curling of your spine and grinding in the floor, and then utilize that along with the caloric deficit to lower your body fat percentage to where there isn't fat storage that would cover up the area to show the muscularity you developed. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I sure do appreciate all your time.